From this time forward, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people.
Every 3 minutes, someone gains permanent residency in Australia.
I feel Aussie.
But every year, more than 40,000 people are rejected.
How can I go? I've got my wife, my kids.
People are being removed from Australia who, in my opinion, should be allowed to stay.
They come here for love.
We are afraid that we might not be here for the wedding.
For money.
Who knows, I'll have 10 restaurants before I get my tribunal date.
For family.
These people haven't met Kieran. He's just a number.
For safety.
I'm expecting the Australian government would look after me as a stateless person.
Our immigration laws are among the toughest in the world.
The law change every 3 or 4 months, 5 months.
Killing with a piece of paper is worse than killing by a bullet.
The tribunal is now in session.
For close to a year, our cameras captured the moments that matter.
The decision will be a matter of life and death.
To the ones who want to call Australia home.
We belong here. This is our home.
In the fight of their lives.
I just want to know what my chances are.
The answer is, I don't know.
I'm just giving you a call to let you know a decision came in today.
Fights to be reunited. Another is in a battle to stay together.
She totally did it. Sneakily, she took a shit in the cosmetics. This out of your mustache. And don't go take shits in my cosmetics anymore.
French national Faris came to Australia on a working holiday visa.
What am I doing
Nothing.
wrong?
It's all good.
And while enjoying the laid-back lifestyle, it was public service manager Stephanie who stole his heart.
When I first met Steph, well, I really liked the way she was dressed and she was good looking, so I wanted to know more about that. You want to put that away?
Yeah. It was heading into summer and we were just increasingly sure of each other.
In love, yeah.
And, yeah, falling for each other.
But for Stephanie, the whirlwind romance was about to be torn apart.
When Faris told me that he had overstayed his visa by 10 years, I was obviously really shocked, but also really disappointed.
Living a life for 10 years is something extremely hard. You don't think that it'd be that hard, but so you got to keep giving the same stories to everyone and try to remember what you said the last time. And also when I go to the doctors, never give them my real name. Try to change address every year or phone number. It was a story of a little problem becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and me being scared to kind of face it.
There are currently more than 60,000 overstayers living unlawfully in Australia. Not long after Faris and Stephanie started their relationship, his luck ran out. 2 years ago, he was caught and placed in detention.
I was like, that's it, that's the end. That's the moment that I was dreading had happened. I'm gonna have to face the music. And so they took me to Broadmeadows Detention Centre, where I was shocked, never been in a jail or near a jail before. Quite scary.
I just said to Faris, I will get you out. I don't know how long it will take, but I will do it.
Stephanie's first attempt to get him out failed. She appealed and posted a $20,000 bond to finally secure Faris's release on a bridging visa.
It's all right, it's hot.
Cheers.
They married a month later, but their partner visa is still up in the air, and the department wants Faris to reapply from outside of Australia.
We knew that we were facing another huge battle, which is what we're still doing now. So we're 2 years since that point that we lodged the partner visa, and we're still waiting for an outcome.
A person who overstays, I mean, every day that they overstay is really a conscious decision for them to perpetually break the law.
The couple is seeing a migration agent to find out what their options are. The department's decision can be reheard by the Administrative Appeals Tribunal.
Good. Come through.
The role of the AAT in the immigration context is that we are there to provide people who've had their visa refused or their visa cancelled, with an opportunity to have a merits review of that decision. So we hear the matter afresh, we stand in the shoes of the original decision maker, we apply the same policy, but we look at the evidence afresh.
Steph and Faris, we've got a serious issue here. We need to address your 10-year overstay. The question is, why did you decide to remain in Australia and not return to France?
I wanted to go back at the end of the year with my girlfriend at the time, back to France, but we broke up just before I was supposed to go back, and being depressed and all, I'd spent all my money for my return ticket on trying to forget about it. I was always thinking that I was going to leave soon after, like 3 months, and then maybe 3 more months, and that's how it played out.
I can understand that, you may have made the decision to overstay a few months, but 10 years is quite a significant period. Staying here unlawfully in Australia is a huge issue for the government, and they don't look very lightly upon that. And that's going to be very significant. That will determine whether you're going to be able to stay here to continue a partner visa application.
Like he doesn't have a criminal record.
No, he
there's
doesn't.
There's no drama. I mean, I know he overstayed, but he didn't drain the criminal justice system or drain the health system or do it. He went under the radar, admittedly, and made that choice himself.
The thing is, he also didn't pay. Did you pay taxes? Sorry?
No.
Okay, so you didn't pay taxes. That's one thing that they will bring up. There's been an increasing number of people who are overstaying in Australia, and the government are cracking down on it. They don't show much consideration, and normally it's hard to justify any sort of option to remain here. And they would prefer that you leave Australia and make an application overseas. You will have to be separated for a couple of years for that.
I can't comment on individual cases, but if good and decent people follow the rules, they've fallen in love, they wait for the visa to come through, maybe the Australian citizen goes back overseas to spend time with the person they want to spend their life with until the visa comes through. Why should someone who jumps that queue, who comes to Australia on a tourist visa and then says, we're in love, I want to stay, why should they be able to do that when other people follow the rules? Why should they be considered better just because they're here?
Their appeal will be based on the impact Faris's deportation will have on Australian citizen Steph. She's faced with losing her husband or giving up her career and her strong ties to family and the community.
You've got, your career, you've got your parents, you've got the involvement in the community that is making a difference to those people. It's really about weighing up whether, is it worth you leaving Australia and giving all this up or sacrificing this, or, should you stay here and allow your partner visa to continue?
I just feel very stuck. I had the decision staying here and looking after my parents or going with Faris. Both outcomes are quite shit for me. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much.
The waiting time for an appeal hearing can be 1 to 2 years. Steph will need as much evidence from friends and family that she can gather.
I think the hearing is going to be tough.
Yeah, I think the hearing's going to be very tough.
Yeah.
Sometimes you tend to forget that there's all that at stake because we've been doing it for 2-3 years. We've been marinating in it. So, and this kind of meeting just reminds us that there's a lot at stake. It's not going to be easy.